Flosstube. I'm Knitting Nat Stitches and welcome to my Flosstube. It's hopefully a pattern that I can train myself into once a month, giving you a catch up on what my previous stitching has been and what my cross stitch for the coming month will look like. Plans. You can't break a plan if you don't make a plan, so I'm making plans. So it's now the 3rd of November. It's a Sunday. I've wrapped up my stitching for October. I had some big plans back then, and let's see how I went. My plan in October was to really kickstart my Christmas stitching. I've got three Christmas whips that I wanted to focus on, and I think I really got those moving along quite nicely. The first one was waiting for Saint Nick. The stockings were hung. It's part of a series made by Mill Hill. I'll put a picture of what it was like, and here's where I got to. There we are. I'll just get my stitching journal. I put in 955 stitches on this project, and I think there's probably at least that much left to go, so I am planning on continuing to stitch this in November and looking for a finish before the end of the year. So wish me luck. I'm stitching it on, it's a 16 count aider. It is the kit aider, and yeah, so different for a Mill Hill. It's on fabric instead of the perforated paper, and stitching it with the floss that was provided, which is DMC. Okay, up next is the Veronique Enginger Christmas tree. I'm going to drop in a photo of where I got up to at the end of last month. This one has received a lot of work. I have put in 2,278 stitches. I'll just hold this up so you can see the work. There we go. I'm stitching this on a 56 count linen, so the stitches are really tiny, single strand of DMC floss. And if I pop my finger up there, you can kind of get an idea of the scale. Pardon my nails. Back again. Then the last of my Christmas projects was the Veronique Enginger Advent Tea Towel, which I don't have a previous photo because I think it was in the last video, so maybe I'll try and find a screenshot. It's hard because it's long, but I have put in this little Santa dude and this Christmas tree and these baubles, which leaves me with 6 panels to go. I am going to attempt to have this also finished before Christmas. So I think I've got a chance of getting those 3 done before the end of the year. So that's pretty good. Understandably, it's been the majority of my focus for the month of November. I also had just started the Threads of Deceit sale. I have not been able to keep up with it. I got a few, probably about, I'm about a week behind. So I think if I put some time in tonight, I'll be able to catch that up. I am stitching it on, this is a 30 count even weave with threads from my stash. So I just need to put some bits and pieces in. I've obviously missed the P on friendship, and I've got to put in a heart, a flower, and another heart, and now they're up to the bottom band. So yeah, it's getting close. I still don't know who murdered the poor girl, who murdered poor Arabella. I'm sure some more clues will come to light, and that will be stitched further. I'm enjoying it. It's a really lovely, simple, quick stitch, but I'm not doing a very good job keeping up with it. I took a small project away with me to Canberra. We went to Canberra, Australia's capital city, in early October, and I took a project along with me that I knew I could happily stitch without needing magnifying glasses or anything like that. I'll just move the needle minder. I took Rosella Rests. This is by Mojo Stitches, and I don't have a lot to go. I could finish this by the end of the year, maybe, if I choose to. I probably won't, because I have other things I want to stitch. So this will be one that just gets pulled out when I'm traveling. It's on 32 count mulberry crush. Do I still have the... No, I've lost the mulberry crush, and it's from number 12 Stitch Co. So pretty happy, really happy with how that's coming along. And then I had a new start. Now, I was really moved by the story from Unconventional X Stitch. She is a cross stitch seller and developer for converting not your usual art into cross stitch designs. Unconventional X Stitch. She had a house and business fire earlier in October, and I purchased one of her designs. I purchased a few, but the one that I chose to start is the Pegasus Field Note. I'll just put a cover picture up. And I made a start on it. Now, I had pretty much everything in stash, and I had a full coverage project that I was ready to UFO. So I am reusing the fabric from that. So I'm UFOing the Mistress of the Hunt, which was a New Year's start a couple of years ago. I loved it then, don't love it anymore. So I'm just reusing the fabric. I've got enough room, and I'll tidy that up and trim it back, and that will, when it's finished, will go underneath the mat board, so it won't be visible any longer. But yes, I have made a start. There we go. So plans, oh, and I also had plans to start and finish little table gifts for 2 retreats that I'm attending in November, and they're done. I'm not going to show them because they're surprises for the people who will receive them. So yes, I also finished the needlebook by Stacey Nash Designs, and that's been fully finished and is ready for gifting as well. So I'm not going to show those until they're gifted so that they're properly a surprise. All right, plans. I am getting ready for November. As I mentioned, I've got 2 retreats coming up, and one of the things that I like to do is to make sure that I've got a relatively simple, easy to stitch design that's with me for that. I could take Rosella rests, but I've decided that I'm going to start this project, which is A is for Aardvark, B is for Balloon by Mojo Stitches. I've had it in my stash for a really long time, and I've got some 14 count Ada. I think it'll be great. It'll just be simple. Each of those charts uses two colors of complementary floss. I'm just grabbing stuff from my stash, so that's great. And I'll get those started probably this week. What else is going on? There will be retreat starts. I know that there are some lovely little projects that are proposed as part of the retreats, both in the Gathering Stitches retreat in Victoria and the Stitching in the Mountains retreat in the Blue Mountains here in New South Wales. I'm traveling with my good friend, designer and fabric dyer, Lisa Lane of Paddock Lane Designs, and we'll be doing a road trip together and having a great time. I have a feeling we'll probably be doing our daily vlogs like we used to do when we travelled to Tasmania. So that will be really fun. Yeah, not sure how then for the Mojo's, the Stitching in the Mountain retreat, Mojo Stitches apparently has a really lovely design ready for there, and she has also dropped hints if you want to look at her Flosstube. She has some birthday releases planned for that retreat. Last year's retreat birthday release was huge. I've started it. I haven't done a lot of progress on it. Maybe I'll take that one with me as well. It'll all depend on what I can take. Because I'm traveling with Lisa to the Gathering Stitches retreat, the purpose is for me to be there to assist her with her shop, and so I will be taking just a small project, and that will be it. I'm not taking a basket full of stuff. I will probably take my little stitching case, and I've currently got my Enginger, my Veronique Enginger bits and pieces in there. I will probably take all that out and put them in a different project bag ready to go down to Victoria, and that way I'll have my needles, my scissors, an Ort box, and just have it all there ready to go, and just keeping everything super compact because we're going with Lisa's shop. So yeah, that's always good. Speaking of Paddock Lane Designs, I got some happy mail, which is, well, not exactly happy mail. I got some stash. Well, it's not even stash. I I went shopping and I got the 2025 Whip Warriors cross-stitch diary. Hopefully this is coming out the right way. It might be backwards. I'll see if I can switch it around so I'll look a bit backwards. It's something new that she's done to help plan 2025. There's a place for my 25 in 25 whips. I haven't decided what they're going to be, but we'll probably I'll start planning that this November, getting ready, and along with that, project lists and what sort of a goal I might have. I might start working through that. What else do we have in here? There is a year-long calendar as well as monthly stitch goals. Some nice big spaces to put in yearly stitch goals. And a Whip Go board if you participate in Whip Go. Then we get into what happens during the month in Whip Warriors. Now, Whip Warriors is a Facebook stitching challenge group that Lisa and I and Carla Pagan started in 2021 with the goal to help people to work down their whips and to stitch on the things that they love. And it's evolved over time. It's a really fun part of and kind part of the internet, and it's currently a closed private group, but the group will be opening again for new members, I believe sometime in November or December, so do keep an eye or an ear out. Now, some other things that are happening. There is going to be a big virtual retreat that's coming up in January that I'm really pleased to be taking part of. It is the, I'm going to have to come back and find the name of it. I think it's something like the Great Aussie Stitching Shindig or something like that. It's occurring, hold on, please hold. I was right. It was the Great Australian Cross Stitching Shindig. I'm just reading the promotional information that I've received. It's an on-work needlework event and it's showcasing Australian talents. There will be some designers that will be there, and there will also be opportunities for some Q&As with some of your favourite Australian Flosstubers as well. So I'm looking forward to taking part in that. It is going to be held on the Australia Day weekend, which is late January 2025. So that is, let me find, okay, the 25th and 26th and 27th of January. It will be hosted virtually through Zoom. There will be a nominal participation fee. I think it's going to be a really fun weekend. I'm really looking forward to taking part and meeting people from the Australian cross-stitch community and from around the world who are also wanting to join in and to meet the incredible Australian designers that are going to be taking part. That's about it from me. I think I mentioned in my last Flosstube I was a bit nervous about a re-audition, and I did okay. I got through, I survived. I'm still here, I'm still singing in the Sydney Philharmonia choirs, of course. What else has happened? Youngest child got into their college, their senior college. It was an academically selective process. We were all anxious for him, and we got through, and he's now at that school and thoroughly enjoying it, and thriving, which is the main thing. So initially quite anxious. It's been quite a challenging month in that respect, and we're really glad that he got in and is happy. Oldest child has just started year 12, the HSC year. So in Australia, in New South Wales, year 12 starts in the last term of year 11. So year 11 only goes for 3 terms, and year 12, so that year 12 gets the full 4 terms before final exams, which will happen this time next year. So we are on the home stretch for our 2 kids now, and we knew it was going to be a challenging time, and predictions are proving correct. So yeah, that's just fine. I'm about to head off to the airport to pick up my husband, who's been overseas for work, so that's been nice. Work for me has been relatively quiet, but with so much happening in the family life, I'm really happy that it is quiet. It's allowed me to focus on things that really matter. So yeah, it's been good, and so I'm looking forward to the end of the year. I'm looking forward to the retreats that are coming on the way to that. I've got some lovely long leave booked. I'm not going anywhere in particular, but I will be making sure that I'm spending that time as quality time with family, so that will be great. That is about it for me, and thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, thank you. If you are a new subscriber, especially thank you. Really appreciate people who watch me and spend time. It's really lovely to share my journey with you all. All right, bye-bye.